Yay, a special question to celebrate day 7. Ooh, how special for us. Let's have a look and see what it is. The top part of a wine glass, while lying on its side, is constructed by rotating that graph, y equals 6x on root 1 plus x cubed, from x equals 0 to x equals 5 about the x-axis as shown below. All right, so it's going to look something like that's going to come down there like that, and it goes up about 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and it comes up to sort of here, and it goes something like this. That's the wine glass. You're probably going to get your wine, your stem for it looking like that. But there's your wine glass. Oh, maybe we'll have some, for our celebration, we'll have some juice in there, or a bit of lemonade or something, hey? So that's what we've got happening. Write down a definite integral which represents the volume of the glass. Right, well, we know that the volume with rotating about the x-axis is pi times the integral of y squared dx. That's the volume. And we're told there that y is 6x on root 1 plus x cubed. So we've got to square that. And it says write down a definite integral. Well, that's because it's going from 0 out to 5. So that's now definite. So pi times the integral from 0 to 5 of 36x squared on 1 plus x cubed dx. All right, let's just come down now and pop that in where we're meant to have it. Volume is pi times the integral from 0 to 5 of 36x squared on 1 plus x cubed dx. That's the definite integrals written down. Use the substitution u equals 1 plus x cubed to write down a definite integral which represents the volume of the glass in terms of u. All right, since we're told to do that, let u equal 1 plus x cubed du dx equals 3x squared. So I can put a du wherever I see 3x squared dx. When x equals 0, u equals 1. When x equals 5, u equals 5 cubed, 125 plus 1, 126. So let's have a go. V equals pi times the integral from 1 to 126 of, now, 36x squared, which is on the front, is actually the same as 12 lots of 3x squared. And we know we need the 3x squared dx there. So we've got 12 lots of 3x squared dx, which is du, on, and 1 plus x cubed is u. So it says write down that definite integral. So that'll do. That's the definite integral written down. Now find the value of V correct to the nearest cubic centimetre. So the volume is equal to the pi times the integral from 1 to 126 of 12 on u du. Okay, so it's equal to pi times 12 times the integral from 1 to 126 of 1 on u du. Well, the derivative of u is 1, so the derivative of the denominator is sitting there in the numerator. So how much room have I got? I've got a little bit of room here. That's pi times 12 times, and it's natural log of u from 1 to 126. So it's 12 pi, and then you've got your natural log of 126 minus the natural log of 1. Natural log of 1 is 0, so then it'll be 12 pi times the natural log of 126 will be what the answer is there. Okay. At time t equals 0 seconds, wine begins to be poured into the upright glass so that its depth, x centimetres in the graph opposite, is increasing at a rate of 2 centimetres per second. So they're saying dx dt equals 2. Given that dy dx equals that, find expression for dy dt. Well, we know that dy dt equals dy dx times dx dt, and they've told us in the question what dy dx is. So we know that we just need to say it's this 6 minus 3x cubed on 1 plus x cubed to the 3 on 2 times 2. And that's in centimetres, cubic centimetres. So that's an expression for it. Now, if you wanted to, you could go further and go, well, I'll roll that 2 into things and make it 12 minus 6x cubed on 1 plus x cubed to the 3 on 2. But they just wanted an expression for dy dt. Hence, find expression for the rate of change of the area of the surface of the wine in the upright glass with respect to t in terms of x. Give your answer in the form dA dt equals. Okay, so they're telling you you've got to find dA dt. And noticing that if we just go back to the original diagram, they want the area. I mean, the glass will be upright, but that's the surface of the liquid if it's sort of half full, you know. They want that area there. So the radius of any such sort of circle that you might have, the radius is actually the y value, isn't it? And the area, it will be pi times y squared for that area of that circle. So if we just go back to where we were, we need dA dt, and they've said hence, and they've helped us find dy dt. So maybe they're saying use dA dy times dy dt, since they used the word hence, and the last question was dy dt. Now, the area I'm saying is pi times y squared, from what I just said a minute ago. So dA dy is 2 pi y. So I'll just write that down, 2 pi y, and dy dt is 12 minus 6x cubed. Sorry, I'm just looking up there, on 1 plus x cubed to the 3 on 2. Now, we can make it all be in terms of x. I just need to replace y with the original function. It tells us what y is. It says, sorry, right at the beginning, y is up here, 6x on root 1 plus x cubed. So 6x on root 1 plus x cubed. So it's that times 12 minus x cubed on, and this is to the power of 3 on 2. So it's actually 1 plus x cubed times root 1 plus x cubed. That will give you to the 3 on 2. But I've written it like that so you can see that I can put those together. I've got 2 pi, sorry, I've got 12 pi x, 12 minus x cubed on, and this is 1 plus x cubed squared. It's 1 plus x cubed squared. Now, they wanted us to find it in the format ax to the something 6 minus 3x cubed 1 plus x cubed to the c. So I need to make it 6 minus 3x cubed. It's got to take 2 out of there. So that's going to be 24 pi x 6 minus 3x cubed. And the bottom is 1 plus x cubed to the c. So all on 1 plus x cubed squared. Okay, so from what they were asking with their their b is 1 and their a is 24 pi. Their b is 1 and their c is 2 from what they were asking for up there. Find the exact depth of the wine for which the area of its surface A is a maximum. So for a maximum, the dA dt, the rate, so if we have dA dt equals that, then for a maximum, dA dt equals 0. When you find a stationary point, you put the derivative 0, which means that 24 pi x 6 minus 3x cubed equals 0. The denominator being 0 is the only way that whole fraction can be 0. So x is 0. Well, that's not going to give the maximum. It's going to give maybe a stationary point, possibly the minimum. Or 6 minus 3x cubed equals 0. So then we just say 3x cubed equals 6. So I'll just get a little bit more room. X cubed equals 6 on 3, 2. So x equals the cube root of 2. Find the exact value of the depth of the wine for which the area of the surface is a maximum. Its depth is where it's at, the cube root of 2. Now, does that make any sense? Well, yeah, because if you look at the shape of it, when you get to this spot here, that's the widest, isn't it? So that's where it's going to have its maximum. And the cube root of 2, if you throw that in the calculator, the cube root 2 is equal to 1.25, which would be around somewhere around that spot there. If I just erub my massive stuff, that there you can see probably is at about 1.25, isn't it? That spot there. So that does make sense for an answer.